Jay.
Sorry.
I'm hearing echo. Echo? Do you
If
hear
you've
that's me.
never seen this show before, we told you not to watch things while we're doing the show, so please, thank you. If you've never seen the show before, we talk about serious, important issues, the latest issues of the day, the pertinent issues. We may inform you. We may rebuke you.
But please just keep watching.
Okay. Also, there's a bell. I'm told there's a bell. So, Mike, do they ring it? Do they click it?
I think you subscribe first, right, and then you go down and choose the bell, and then they'll let you know when to watch the next one.
There's a lot to remember here, so just
because we're really late a lot, Jay.
Okay.
You know, we should have started at 9. We were starting at 9:08. Your kids were like texting me, like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
Let's get to go.
Okay.
Get to go.
All right. Why don't we get to our first set of issues that we like to call the New York State legislation. Oh, I had more there. You go. New York State legislation.
Oh. Do they legislate? Do they?
They do
make laws. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So, my understanding, they're trying to push this bio legislation. Mike, is that what they're trying to do?
Bio.
Jay, the understanding is they're trying to push a bio legislation. Hochul wants to. Basically, Hochul wants to. What is she trying to do?
The governor.
The governor? Is our governor? Didn't we hired her?
Sorta.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they basically want to push biodegradable vehicles, Jay, to start.
Oh.
Okay. So,
New law.
All right. So first, I had to get rid of my gas one. Then I had to buy an electric one. Now my electric one has to be biodegrading. Like, how long do I have with this car?
Jay, it's not electric. Actually, it's complete. Well, not long. Not long. You don't have much time before it biodegrades. You really got to get where you want to go quickly.
They don't last very long to begin with,
right?
Because of all the salt.
Yeah.
So it's going to be faster than before.
You pretty much get to work as fast as you can because you might not have a car on the way home.
So you're losing parts on the way. Is it?
It's just biodegrading. I guess your seats
like converting to like
plant
mass dirt.
Kinda. Yeah, so, and it's a way. And now she says it's. Do you have something to say, Jay?
No.
Okay, good. It's a way to get more jobs. More jobs.
Yeah, because somebody will have to follow the cars picking up the dirt,
right?
Cleaning off the street.
And then you got dirt that you can spread out.
All right, so we're gonna have plows going not only in the winter but in the summer, all season. We're gonna have plows plowing this dirt to the side, and then. I'm going to have to get a new car, weekly, monthly?
Every other day. But that's okay. Actually, the plows are biodegradable, too, which is a problem. Because, they're trying to follow, these cars that are biodegrading, and then the plows starting to biodegrade.
So who owns the dirt at that point? Like, if it's my car, and it's turning to dirt, and there's a plow comes and pushes on my neighbor's lawn, I want that dirt.
Yeah.
Topsoil's like $10 a bag. You're gonna want to get that back because you just paid thousands of dollars for a biodegradable car that you no longer can use. At least you can have that topsoil. You can plant shrubs. Might be good for gardening. Yeah. You gotta check the pH.
You gotta use it to grow a new car, right?
Well, the problem here is, a car biodegrades on the road, and then you don't know it's a car, and you drive over it. Because you get all this clumping going on.
All right, so can you claim that on your insurance? Like, hey, I think I had an accident. I kind of ran over something. It was a pile of dirt. Could have been a car. May not have been a car.
You bring up a good insurance issue. I'm not sure the ramifications, the political and sociological and efficacious ramifications of that.
Yeah, I think there are. It depends on the wording of your insurance policy. But I'm thinking, that hitting a regular dirt pile, is going to have. Coverage will be different than if you hit a car.
But again, we're getting off the topic here. Is this a good thing? Was it a good idea? Did Hochul hit the home run here? Do we want biodegradable cars? Is this a good thing? Are more jobs going to be created? We're going to have to buy cars all the time now.
Well, it's going to be difficult to actually get to your job, or it might be difficult to get home.
Do we have a picture of one of those vehicles, Mr. Producer? There we go.
Okay,
that's one of them. That's more of a artist concept because, of course, the wheels will be everything's gonna be made out of vegetables, pretty much.
Right.
Everything.
probably birds and dogs that are going to, not to be gross, but pee on your car.
Sure.
And
And that's good for it, actually.
Mike, our chat's disconnected. Oh, now it's successfully
What's that mean?
connected. I don't know. It says the chat is
I don't understand this
disconnected.
technology stuff, Jay.
Now it says it's reconnecting, and this is the thing that always confuses me is I may not be able to get to work. I got to worry about trimming my car, and now my chat, the chat that we look at, we don't even know if it's connected. So there's a lot of problems going on now.
So it's test.
Okay, fair enough. So what do we have? We don't have any houses. Are they doing homes and that? Like, do we?
Now, Hochul's want to extend this to biodegradable bridges. Biodegradable bridges. Did you hear that? I was chewing.
Yeah.
Biodegradable bridges. So, I mean, pretty much, you got to know when they actually build it, and everyone needs to really go quickly. It's going to biodegrade in a second. Gotta get moving. Like you really got to get across it as soon as possible, especially the Peace Bridge.
apparently there's an echo.
There's an echo.
Yeah, I think the cameras. Never mind. I'm told.
Okay, good.
Wow. You're getting information tone that we're not getting. So
Yes.
that needs to be
You're
investigated.
getting greater than light speed answers because you're getting an answer before
Before you heard
heard it.
Yeah,
We got the answer before you heard it.
right. No, I think you're right. I think, or she's right, or the governor's right. There's going to be all sorts of jobs needed, mostly people shoveling, dirt and growing new cars and
Right.
soybeans, right? Lots of soybeans.
Yep.
Which could be an environmental catastrophe if we got to grow that many soybeans all at once.
But I mean, you need to build, bridges like this. You need to have lots of soybeans,
Right,
And
yeah.
like this is a bridge that just was, on there for like 2 or 3 days. New York State built it, lots of millions of dollars, lots of jobs,
Right.
and then you had to drive across it really quickly, and then you have the nets below to catch the vehicles because they fall.
Well, that's the thing. I got caught in the net the other day, and it took 3 days to get me out of it. And then maybe I'll get to work the following Monday. So we're really losing a lot of productivity.
Yeah.
Some people are like, I don't know if I'll have a job. I don't know if I can get to the job. I don't even know if it'll still be there.
I don't even know if I want a job.
Yeah.
Well-
Well, I mean, you could always get a job with the government, shoveling the dirt or
Right.
growing the soybeans.
Yeah. I mean, these are just. I mean, obviously, last week you talked about they're trying to drain the water. I mean, this is another thing, environmental issue in New York State. Are we? Is this too much? Are we doing too much, Tony? I mean, are they trying to?
No, I mean,
alter us?
just think of all the people who will be working. We'll all be shoveling and be healthier, probably.
Yep.
Because we're shoveling dirt,
Yep.
but heavy stuff. I mean, that's
Sure.
good for you. Just got to do it right. So you need a lot of safety people.
Right.
So you don't hurt your back in the meantime.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the list goes on and on. This could be very beneficial. I mean, just be careful of where you drive.
Right.
I'm
Careful who
still
you're driving with.
I'm still concerned about the dirt. If I'm on the bridge and my dirt car falls into the water, now I got to sift the water for my dirt.
Yeah, and the bridge.
Maybe I'll
falls apart.
label my. Can I label it? Can I color code it? Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Tony, can you make your car out of wood? Because wood's biodegradable technically, right? Can you just make it out of wood so you're like, hey, at least I know I'll have a car for like 4 months?
Can I just set the record straight real quick, Jay? Everything's biodegradable eventually. Isn't that
Okay.
true? I mean, really, what is biodegradable? I mean, eventually.
So
Yeah, we're
Plastic
starting.
is
I'm,
biodegradable
Yeah.
eventually.
I'm missing a finger on my other hand, so we're slowly biodegrading. Everyone is here. Buffalo Lifesavers, good question. What about when it rains?
Of course.
What it depends on how fast your car is biodegradable. You may get wet. You may want to bring an umbrella when you have these vehicles. You just may have it all the time because your
You might
house.
want to drive slow. Just thought.
Yeah, you may want to walk. Then you might
You
have.
don't want the car falling apart, Jay.
Yeah, and you may not want to get caught in the net. So yeah.
Or the net. Yeah.
Okay. If you just joined us, we're watching Issue Night.
watching
Important,
Issue Night.
serious issues are being talked about right now. Why don't we get on to our next set of issues? Sir? I'm really not
issues.
ready.
the next issues are
No, I think I
survey
got it.
says
Sorry. Here we go. You ready?
ready to go.
They are the NFTA issues.
Oh,
Guys, what does NFTA stand for again?
National Firemen's Tomahawk Agency. National Firemen's
something about the
Tomahawk Agency.
subways, the Buffalo subway system are us.
Yes. So
neo-fascist. No.
So we live in the Buffalo area. They call it the Niagara Frontier. I don't know why they just the Niagara Frontier. No, that makes no sense. But so we have this light rail rapid transit subway thing. It's just like a subway car. And their motto is we're going to get you somewhere without getting you anywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
We're going to not get you somewhere without actually getting you anywhere.
Okay, so when you take this, you think you're getting somewhere, Tone.
Yeah.
But at the end of the ride, you're actually
nowhere.
Yeah.
Where
you are, really.
Yeah, you are where you are.
Which might not be where you wanted to be. But so I mean, you had of course the train that they did from Buffalo to the place that doesn't really go anywhere, the college that
the Buffalo to Buffalo, yeah. It goes from Buffalo to Buffalo.
Right, and the people in the college already live at the college, so they don't really.
Well, they got to get to the other college, which is further up.
Right, the other.
Not in Buffalo.
Not Buffalo. They're all both in Buffalo, aren't they?
No, the not in Buffalo one is not in Buffalo.
Oh.
And then the other campus is in Buffalo.
And I guess above ground is free, and then below ground is not free.
It costs money to go below ground.
Is it below ground once you get to the not Buffalo part?
Well, no, there is no not Buffalo part. It ends. So you're only going from Buffalo to Buffalo.
Sorry, Jay. I'm sorry about that.
I didn't know that. I think.
Well, we buy them and we tell the kids that they can't drink them because we just don't drink all the, so they never drink them and they go years old.
Okay. Because I'm seeing 06 on here.
I just had 1 hour ago. You should be fine.
Okay. All right. So here's what they're going to do. They're like, okay, now we have a new idea to try to get ridership. We are going to stay consistent of not getting you anywhere. And our cars are going to be vertical. They're actually just going to go up.
Right. What they did this. They're going to be doing this. They have a lift system to take the car up and down.
So that's much more efficient than going across.
It is more efficient.
Yeah, I mean you
basically say it's easier as far as destinations go. You say, do I want to go up, or do I want to go down? Really. Right. I mean, it's up or down as opposed to all the different stops. So then when you go up, Jay, you go up, and then really you have nowhere to go but down, and then you go down.
I'm wondering if there is a stop because the door is like kicked open. So
that's from the movie.
Okay, so no one like got off like, hey, they pressed the thing like, hey, this is my stop. Even though it's 400 feet up, and no,
there's only one stop.
Okay, so then no one kicked the door.
Really, it's two stops. Okay. It's up and then down. You go up all the way top, and then you have nowhere to go, and then you go down. So.
Yeah, but at the top, the up stop, there's no stop. There's no like landing pad or anything.
Right. No, you stop, but you don't.
Right.
You don't stay
you don't
there.
Disembark. You stop and stay. They should call it a stay instead of a stop.
Right. Your next stay is up, and then your next stop.
And you stop.
Well, you do stop. Yeah. You stay.
All right. So we have a Buffalo Lifesavers once again. Are these the ones Elon Musk is investing in? And yeah, of course, because that's electric. So the train is electric, and then the hoist that lifts it up is electric. Although they need 14 diesel motors to run the generator.
14 diesel batteries. Yeah.
Actually, Jay, they have trains that pull that. Use the other trains that aren't being used here to pull it in the place.
Oh,
up.
so they kind of pull, like pulley kind of thing.
The problem is the people in the train itself have to wait. Like they're like, can we get moving here? Like, do we have to pull? The elevator that goes nowhere up into the sky, and then then they let it down, and then they detach, and then they can leave.
Okay, so with the other ones that are pulling it, they have to make stops along the way.
We don't have a picture of that.
So this will go up incrementally because there's stops along the way with the other trains, and then those trains.
The train going the other way probably brings it back down, right?
So they have to detach really carefully,
right?
And then you put it on the other one, and it lets it down. And then those people can get on the track, and then they pull. Then they start pulling the next train that goes up and down. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really need a diagram of this, but it's interesting.
It kind of makes no sense because you're using like most of your fleet
and most of your fuel too.
To go up and down, and again, you're not really going anywhere.
But that's their motto, Jay. You know, it's to get somewhere without actually going anywhere, without getting anywhere. So that's the goal.
Is it worth though the diesel batteries, all the effort, all the manpower, the cables, the occasionally the slip up where it does fall, and is it worth all that?
Jay, ask the people. You know, I don't know. Oh, that's the futuristic. We'll talk about that in a second. Ask the people themselves, Jay. Ask the people who ride the thing. You know, did they get somewhere without getting anywhere? Was it worth it? I don't know what it costs.
Yeah, I know a lot of people.
Is it in the free section or is it in the pay section?
It's above ground. It's free, so it's free.
It must be free, yeah. So I mean, it's free. It's like sometimes it's inconvenient if you get on the thing and then you get off and you're not where you want to be. So now you're always.
I see.
You're always in the same place.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not because you're going up and down, but
right.
But when all is said and done, you're not going to get lost. You're not going to wonder where you are.
And then you get a good view of the city.
View of the city. Yeah.
Of course, your ears pop a little bit, and of
Clear-
course they have the little,
the sinuses.
if
Sure.
you lose your cabin pressure, all that stuff. I mean, it's more like an airline. They got the whole security system going on before. I don't know what the deal is, Jay.
Well, I like what the chat has to say. Like, this is catering to a market of people who really have nowhere to go. So we got to think about that market. That market, number one, that's senior citizens, like retirees, right? Senior citizens. They really don't have anywhere to go.
Nowhere to go.
Kids.
Pets.
Who else?
Yeah. Well, with our biodegradable cars, none of us really have anywhere to go. So
it's amazing that those aren't biodegradable.
Yeah.
Okay. The other thing I want to address is because you talked about the free section. So around here, if you're above ground, it's free. If you go underground, you got to pay. And, here's my sinking feeling I have is you're going to go up and you're going to go down, and then they're going to try to bring you under the ground. They're going to try to get you to pay. And like, you're all the way underground. They're like, hey, you got to pay. And people are like, well, I don't want to, but they're like, if you ever want to get back up and see your family again, you need to.
Yeah, once you're under, you have to have, the paid ticket voucher thing.
Yeah, and if you don't have it, I mean, they do eject you, but I mean, it's not like, there's something. I mean, somehow there's a net or something below, but they do. That's maybe the door that was open before.
Fair enough. If you just joined us, this is Issuenite. Talk about important, serious issues of the day. Like, thank you, everyone who's participating in the chat.
Yeah.
And
thanks, Buffalo Lifesavers.
And we'd also like to, remind you to click some buttons. Not sure what it is.
Ring it.
Like to thank everyone for watching. Well, maybe not everyone, but some of you, probably some people that shouldn't be watching.
We had 30 views of our video last week. 30.
Okay.
Wow.
So
I know for us it's a lot. I know for most,
that's almost viral. That's about viral.
Million. Yeah. Most people receive 1 million. Well, we receive 30. So just think about that for a while.
Well said. Why don't we get into our next set of issues, which it takes a while to.
What do we call these, Jay?
To it.
Come on, Jay. Come on, Jay.
Do we have a name for these?
Come on, Jay. Get that issue.
The third issue.
Do it.
Third issue is
our metric
issues.
Oh, metric.
Metric issues.
Just trying to get it off. Okay. Tony, what are we talking about?
We're talking about metric issues or the metric system.
Can you refresh us on what that is, Tony?
Yeah, it's a system.
And why it was created.
It was a system of measurements that were designed to make things easier. So if you want to go from millimeter to kilometer, you just move the decimal point over multiple times, and it's really easy.
Now, why is it easy, Tony?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out.
Why would moving a decimal point over be easy?
That's what they say.
I mean, can I just erase the decimal point and move it, or do I have to get it on the calculator? Or do I have to try to hit the scroll button?
No.
I don't know that anybody actually knows the rules for moving the decimal
Canadians
place.
do.
They say they do, but I talked to a couple of them, and they're still talking about inches and feet. So.
See, I remember in school, they're like, okay, kids, we're going to learn about the metric system because this is what we're all going to start using. And then we learned about it, and we're like, I don't like none of us really felt like doing it. I don't think anyone. I think all throughout schools, no one felt like doing it, so we never really crossed over.
They said we would. For many years, they said we would do it.
Yeah, they kept getting their hopes up, and then, the rulers still came, and occasionally you had the metric side.
It was both. It was the rulers had both.
Ambidextrous rulers, yeah.
Mine didn't. They didn't.
Well, they did do it a little bit. I mean, they started naming some of the animals in metrics, and that's kind of part of the confusion. That's why they're going back. So we've got things like the millipede.
That doesn't look like it has. Milli means 1,000.
And a centipede.
So wait, is that a millipede?
It's like a
or
decapede. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20.
It's 20.
Decapede.
It's a decapede.
A
but it has 20 legs, so it doesn't
duodecapede.
Deca means 10, I believe.
And this one has 20.
Okay, so it's a 20-pede.
Is this someone who's just like, hey, it looks like it's 10, and we're going to call it a decapede? I think if we're talking science, we should be precise, and we shouldn't sit there and guess. I don't know who named this. Sure. I don't want to give names of the person who named it.
That's a centipede, right? Well, because we can't tell.
We got lots of double legs.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It's like a ninja centipede.
Okay. Tony, am I allowed to turn this thing over and count its legs, or is that okay?
Yeah, for sure. So rabbit's belly.
So what are they doing? They're taking these animals and basing a new system of measurements off of them?
Well, we just got to go back to a more accurate, simpler name. It's like, how big's... Well, first of all, milla is a millionth, or no, a thousandth. Yeah. So it's not a million like we think. It doesn't sound like 1,000, but it's a thousandth. So it's not like, is it a thousandth of a meter?
Why would you say mill and it's not a million?
It's not a million.
It's not a million. It's the thousands.
Why?
Well, it's like the thickness, Jay. You get the plastic and it's mils.
Mil thick.
Mil thick. I think it's
there's no million or anything in there. That's why I buy it.
Not sure.
So it's a millionth of a meter or a thousandth of a meter long.
Okay.
So it's a millipede, I guess. So how long is it really? It's so they're going to call it an inchipede.
So is it based on the length of the actual millipede, or is it how many legs it has? How is it measurement created?
Well, that's what we got to figure out. We got to come up with something.
Do we have to figure it out, or did someone figure it out and they're telling us?
Well, we're going to go back to the empirical system, and none of us remember.
What is that?
Imperial, like the.
Oh wait, like Star Wars, like Imperial, like.
Sky
we don't want to go
troopers.
back to that. We don't want any of that. We know what happened. They took over galaxies and worlds, and you had to, follow the rules and TIE fighter. Who came up with that idea?
Well, we do live in New York State, so it's hard to say. So maybe we can go to the English system, the system we grew up with.
Isn't that the Imperial system?
And well, apparently not.
Oh,
that's the Star Wars.
Okay. System.
And so maybe we go to the footipede, because we're really talking about feet, right?
Basically, we're talking about feet, and the kings used to have different size feet, and this was a foot, and then later on it's different king. This is now a foot, so you had all these different, and now this is a centipede. And
so how many feet per feet does one of these things have? And that's what we should call it.
Oh, so we're not measuring, because when I look at this, I'm like, this is the size of a bait fish. This is not the size of a good-sized bass. I might catch.
This is one that's longer.
What is that?
And it's one of those.
That's a
kind
snail.
of a circular.
They did it circular just to give you examples of the length.
That's a circlepede.
It's probably a millipede. Millions.
Yeah.
Not sure, but I don't know why we're showing pictures of animals.
So how many feet per foot does that have?
As many feet as it has. If it's a millipede, it's that million feet per foot.
I think to Jay's point, we should turn it over and count the feet. And then,
wait, I don't think there's feet on that, because kids, I know you think it's funny, you might like pluck the feet out. That's not funny.
That's gross.
Look what happens to this thing. It curls up. It's in the fetal position. What's its feet? It doesn't.
I don't.
That's not funny, kids.
They have a fetal position. I don't think they have a fetal position. I don't think they're born that way.
Okay, it's scared, Mike. Obviously, it's just scared,
it's more like
because this is what happens when kids get a hold of this.
Feetless
not funny.
position.
It's not funny.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right, so Buffalo Lifesavers, why don't we just convert the size of the millipede instead of changing the whole system measurement? I don't really know what that means, but
Why don't we just convert the size of the middle? Oh, to actually make it small. I don't know.
Well, I mean, if it's a half a foot a peed, we can call it that.
A half a peed?
Half a peed? Half a foot a peed?
I've had Pedialyte before.
And I'm thinking inchipede. I mean, if it's either an inchipede or a 2-inchipede, right? I mean, they don't get much bigger than 2 inches, right? Although that circular one might have gone on and on, depending on how you count it. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So what's the plan here? Is this New York State adopted thing? What are we doing here?
I don't know. I just came across the wire and thought that was important.
Which wire?
The news.
Millipede was on the wire?
The wire between the houses.
oh, you got to watch it because wires could be live. I mean, there's different gauge wires. I mean, it could be plugged in. It's just not. Yeah, exactly. You got to know what you're doing, Tony. Just don't.
Yeah, I think it was one of the fiber optic ones.
Fiber optic wires.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so that's about it. That's all we got for this show. We'd like to thank everyone who's participating in the live chat, everyone who's subscribing, paying attention, and join us for another edition of Issuenight.
Wow.
All right.
Show one.
That's show one. Thank you. Thank you
Did
for coming.
you stop streaming, or can people?
We're streaming.
Oh, we are. Okay.
Whatever people say and
Yeah.
do can be
Thanks,
held against
Connie.
you in a court of law.
All
Honey,
four
for-
people are.
4? We have 4.
Is there 4?
Well, my
watch-
wife's watching Jane. Your wife's watching.
Your wife can type
And
for
your
crying out
wife's
loud.
laughing.
Like, let's
Yeah.
get her.
and
she
are
can
you
type.
watching too?
I'm watching.
So 4 people right there. Your wife, my
Yeah.
wife, Tony's wife, and Tony is watching on his laptop. So that's everybody.
Wow.
So let me know
This
if
is
5,
family
Tony. If we
affair.
get to 5,
Yeah.
please let me know. My wife's probably going to. So we're going to probably go down. So if we stay even, more than likely
We've gone up.
we've gone up.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than likely somebody actually watched who
Sorry.
Live.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're just practicing here.
Yeah.
What's next song? What's
all right,
next show?
next show we have time. These are all my topics. You guys don't really give me any for
Sorry,
the
Jay.
show. So there's a song review. Bob Dylan's
Do you have what are the words like? Do they look
Stuck
big?
in the Middle.
Yeah, but
again.
is it? Is it like? Let's see here. What does this one do? Let's see. What this
We have an
one- that
apology
one works.
protocol.
Well, let me try.
Niagara
You got
Falls.
those words? I'm not gonna be able to see that. Can't see that. Off the left side, off the screen. That's gonna be rough.
By the way,
We're gonna
for the
have a hard
viewers
time
who
here.
are watching, like these can actually expire. I did not realize that. That's amazing.
Juice doesn't expire. Juice.
Yeah. No, they have to put a date.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
There.
It's got
No,
a
but it-
half-life of 1.3 million
You
years.
want to try this?
Not gonna work.
This tastes
You
expired.
have to
man.
move it to the
Uh-huh.
center. of
Yeah,
it.
it tastes like fruit going bad. It really does. So
Is mine or
just-
yours?
Why
that
does it
one's
not
yours.
work?
You're good.
Oh, mine.
All right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. You can cut the right side, move it off over a little bit.
No, it doesn't need to.
No, I need it. Your U is cut off there. See the U at the top right?
Just let the viewers out there know. So that there's a dog in here, and it first ate my tie, and then it ate my shirt.
Yes. And they ate your homework, Jay.
Which, yeah, they really do eat homework. They eat shirts and other things. So
There's
I
a hole in your
just,
tie. Okay,
yeah.
Tony, can I eat another one of these? These are like,
Got any left?
I'm sorry, there's one
No,
left. Is
go
that
for it,
bad?
yeah.
They're like
That's what they're for.
not suggested. Like if you have a stomach that's just can't handle it.
yeah,
I'm gonna try it though. It's number 2.
Okay.
they're not great, but they're tasty enough where you want to keep.
They
All right.
they fill you up.
Yeah. Let me
Yes.
just see. Oh, hold on there.
We're working a pitch.
Ron, let me just check. Oh yeah, that'll work. I think, Ron.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then I can scroll down.
Now don't scroll down. Don't move down. Don't unless we say.
Okay.
Okay. Wish we had.
We'll
one.
probably say, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. We're almost there. We're gonna start this next show. I'm just gonna check one thing. Jay, let me take over real quick. Okay?
Go.
Let's see here. Let's see. Where is that? Oh, what is it?
By the way, it's a balmy 38 in here.
it's very
No,
cold. We don't have heat
no.
here. No insulation. Let me just see what you got
We'll
here.
get there one day, folks.
I'm gonna look for that subscribe button. Subscribed. It says I'm
Okay.
subscribed.
Hold on.
I don't see a
Checking
bell.
one more thing here.
Can't say it again.
I see a
What?
thumbs
Wait,
up.
one
Oh,
second.
I just thumbs
3
up.
bucks. Okay, Yes,
to
thumbs
3.
up so we can get some more. Everyone, all wives, please thumbs up if you know how. The video right now, please. Thumbs up. I repeat, thumbs up the video.
I got 3 out of 4. So
Is that
One of
legal?
our
Can we
wives
do that? Will
doesn't like
YouTube
it.
ban us because of that?
Why not?
Oh gosh. Okay. The meaning of ban. It's not okay.
I don't see a bell.
Okay.
Maybe one of our viewers knows where this
All
bell.
right,
is.
All right, I'm gonna go with Rowan's. I wish we had better. Is that the guy who did it right there? Okay. All right, that's okay. We're gonna go with what you got. I'm gonna get off your screen. No, it's good. It's good. I want to make sure we see it. Okay, we're ready to go. You ready for show 2?
Where?
All right, stand by. Okay, ready, Jay? Let me
Standing
know
up.
when you're ready to go.
Yeah. Thank you once again for joining us for another edition of Issuenight. You've never seen the show before. Talk about the latest,
Greatest.
important news that's out there. We discuss these issues. We learn a little bit from them. We educate. We come back. We revisit them.
Talk about it some more. Then we move on. Then we move on, basically.
It's just what I said.
Yeah. In a different way.
Okay. Okay. Why don't we?
Do it.
Oh, sorry. We want you to click a bell and click a subscribe button. I don't know where they are. I think you can find them.
And if you can, let me know so I can.
Or find a
Subscribe.
4-year-old and hand him your phone.
Okay. Yeah, that's always a good idea. So why don't we get our
Do it,
first
Jay.
set of issues, and we like to call it
What do we call it?
song review.
Oh.
So every now on the show, we look at songs that people are like, hey, we need to talk about this. We need to find out what this song's about. So we have one. This one is called Stuck in the Middle of You. It's by an artist by Bob Dylan or
It was a
Robert
chorus.
Dylan. Not sure what he goes by.
My guitar.
I don't know why he has 2 first names. I don't know if they didn't get to the last name, but, he's, he could be Dylan.
Well, no middle names is kind of the rule here, so
Okay.
it fits right in.
All right. Okay. So why don't we let's get right to this song.
Let's go.
All right. Starts off. Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something isn't right, ain't right. There's a cursor there.
Sorry, my bad.
I-
Something
okay.
ain't right.
Something ain't right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair. Okay, so right away there's anxiety here. There's nervousness. There's stress. I don't know what kind of environment. I don't know what kind of triggers. Are there triggers here, guys? We're seeing.
Well, he is sitting down, so clearly
Okay.
he's not running.
No, his heart rate, right? Tony's heart rate
Yeah.
should be down. Or,
I'm wondering if it's like right around the holidays. Maybe he's nervous. He's got to go out and buy his mother a gift. He doesn't know what to get her.
All right, he's even the next line says, and I'm wondering how I'll get down the stairs.
Oh,
If you're out there, like normally what you do is you put your foot, like one foot down, and then your next foot, you could place it next to it if you're that nervous, or you could go to the next stair. I know that's a little tricky.
Yeah,
right, Mike?
I would make sure that both feet have equal weight on both when you're going down. If you forget how to go downstairs, just equally have the weight on both. When you transfer, just go and then move the next one down.
The other one.
And before, like when you're climbing a ladder, you want to
Yeah.
make sure you.
3 points of contact, sure.
Right. Okay. And that was OSHA.
All right.
regulate, yeah.
Okay. So Tony, and is there YouTube videos? Is there OSHA like a booklet this guy can get in
Oh, sure.
trying to get
Yeah,
downstairs?
no, you can guidance for all that kind of stuff. There's grants available. People can write, protocols and do the videos. And you could probably get an app, on
Okay.
your phone.
Do we need to get certified going downstairs? I've seen people trip. I've seen them fall. I've seen people they're right on the top of the stairs and they don't know how to get to the bottom. What should we do?
No, you don't have to be certified, but you certainly want somebody qualified to be able to instruct you on this. You just don't want anybody teaching you how to go downstairs. But you're right. You just put one foot in front of the other, and soon you're going down the stairs. So that's perfect.
Right.
You're obviously qualified, Jay.
I don't know if I have this image. Let me see if I can get to this image. So, for example, there are diagrams. Oh, that's not right. See, there it goes. There's diagrams. Like this guy has color-coded things to help you left,
Okay.
right, left, right.
I don't think he's going down though, Mike. He's going up.
He's going up, but you got to go up to go down. So
Okay, so you're saying once he gets to the top, he's going to have to come back down.
he's going to have to turn the feet on the ground around.
Well, who does that? I mean, he's got to go down the stairs. in order-
He'll need to do that. He'll need to go down the stairs and turn the feet around, walk back up. But you want to walk up backwards because you wouldn't want to, you wouldn't want to go backwards the wrong way.
Well, you'd have to go backwards down in order to turn them around.
You'd go, okay. You go
Right.
backwards down, turn around. Okay, then you have to turn the first one around.
Right, and then
put
go
your
backwards up.
Put your foot down, and then turn the next one around, go backwards up, and then walk down. And that should help you. That should help you walk.
No, a lot of good
successfully.
practice
A lot of
there.
good
Oh, for
practice,
sure.
yeah.
All right, Buffalo Lifesavers, good point. This is the exact person that the subway that goes nowhere was made for. So we talked about that in our previous show, that there's a vertical subway. You go up, you come down, and you went somewhere, but you got nowhere. And this person, if they're going to need feet to know where to put their feet, like, this is perfect for that person.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I moved on.
All right, we can go back to the thing. Okay, so it says, okay, wondering how to get down the stairs next time. Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. What? There's more than one Joker out there? Like, oh my gosh. Like, it took Batman like forever to put this guy in jail, and now there's like more than one. Like, I now have to worry about more. I have to worry about going down the stairs.
Isn't the clown a Joker? Isn't Joker a former clown? I mean, they're the same. It's pretty deep. I mean,
Like, you saw the documentaries. You know what these guys are capable of.
There's a big difference between a clown and the Joker, yeah.
And there's more than one?
Yeah, I think
like, how many are out there?
Yeah, the Joker.
Bro, that's just a scary photo.
Yeah.
Change it.
I'm
scared.
That just triggered me. That was...
Yeah, the Joker found the replicator and jumped in, and now there's more than
Clowns
one.
aren't as scary, but can you go back to the word lyrics? Thank you. So Joker's right to me. So here I am stuck in the middle with you. So you're stuck in the middle of what? Is like your body stuck? Are you like inside a middle of something?
Well, you have a clown to the left, and no one wants to go near them, there's plenty of reasons we can go into. Then you got a crazy psychotic Joker to the right. You're really stuck there, Mike.
Or more.
Yeah,
than one, right?
there's more. There's Jokers, plural.
Sure.
There's a group of them, like a gang. You know, I mean,
like Jokai.
I'm not sure if that's the plural. Yeah, but I mean, what do you do? I mean, it took Batman and Super Friends, and I think he had to get Robin to put one of them away, and now we got more than one. I mean, this is why people are wondering. We can't defund the police. We can't do that.
Don't
here.
do it.
Yeah.
Boy, I almost want to take my chances with the clowns at this point.
Yeah, me too, Tony.
Well, all right. So they're on the left of you.
Yeah.
How do you get around a clown? Like, say the clown's trying to blow up a balloon. You don't want to be rude, right? I mean, you're.
Yeah, but you can distract them sometimes. Like if you throw something up in the air, and then it looks up. You might be able to go under, or get them looking one way and go the other way.
Clowns get distracted. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
They're making a balloon 1 minute, and then they're petting a dog, and they don't. I don't seem really to know what they're doing. But
I mean, if a car goes, car stops, they'll all jump in and
that's a great way to get rid of clowns. Just bring up a car, and you're right.
especially a small car. Yeah.
Okay.
Car.
All right.
So I'm stuck in the middle
of you. Okay.
And I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep this smile from my face. Why would you want to suppress the smile? Why it's so hard to keep the smile from my face? Like this, almost like the smile is separate from the face. Almost like it's
wait.
like
So wait, you're
surreal.
saying it's hard to do what with the smile?
It's hard to keep the smile from his face, like to separate. Like
Is that what he said?
Existentially, it's hard to keep the smile from his face.
Yeah, I mean, your face wants to have a mouth. and
Right.
If you remove
it. Exactly. Metaphorically, hypertensively, you're trying to keep the smile from your face.
So wait, you're trying to keep it from your face, off your face, or you're trying to keep
It says the smile from my face.
I don't
That's
see.
what it
Where
says.
are you seeing it? Oh yeah, you're right. I see it. It's so hard to keep the smile from my face. I don't know if this guy realizes like the smile doesn't ever leave your face. It's there.
Well, go to the next line, Jay. Losing control. Yeah, I'm all over the place. I mean, so maybe he lost control. He's all over the place, and his smile
fell off.
Then again, no. He's saying it's hard to keep the smile from my face, so it's always there. His smile, even though he's all over the place. Maybe other parts of his ears and stuff are all over the place, but his smile.
I think his smile fell off, and it's trying to get back where it belongs. I mean.
Well, Buffalo Lifesavers, this person has a break from reality. I don't think it's a break from reality. I think you can have clowns on your left, and and now there's jokers. There's more than one. We know it's documented what these jokers can do. I mean, if that isn't reality from you, your head's in the sand. I mean, you people need to protect themselves from clowns and jokers. You know, we've talked about that, right? Told them before on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and
So
you need to take steps. You need to be safe.
Right. Is that the one with the cane that would shoot things?
Joker,
Is that the Joker?
No.
I
think that's a penguin.
That was a penguin.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, penguins don't carry canes or shoot themselves, or even have monocles and things like that.
Monocles?
Like it's a glass thing that you if you squeeze your eye together, like if I try to do it.
Oh.
I
Can't
try
zoom
to-
in, I would.
Yeah. So hopefully that's clear.
Yeah.
But anyways, you know, we need safe spaces from jokers and clowns, and I don't think we talk about that at school. I don't think we teach kids about that. I don't think we do enough about bullying from clowns and jokers and things like that. We need to do this.
All right, let's go back. What do you got here?
All right. Well, you started out with nothing, and you're proud you're at something. Maybe
we lost it. It's
okay.
over. It's off the
And your
edge.
friends, they all come crawling, slap you in the back, and say please.
Okay, crawling
Please.
though. It's like it's spelled like there's no G. Like kind of. What does that mean, Jay?
It means I don't think they've really taken grammar or spelling or
Right.
have learned proper writing mechanics. Tone.
But I think this is a turn for the good, though. I mean, he's got friends. They're coming to support him. You know, they're trying to lift him up.
They're slapping his
trying-
back though, Tone.
trying
But they're
to-
crawling though, so they're
Yeah.
while they're doing it while they're crawling.
Well, they could be handicapped, Mike. We don't make
true.
fun of that
No,
on
we
the
don't.
show. So
But he says please, please. But is it like and did he was saying please, please like please, please, please?
No, he's
And
got
then he
his,
dies?
he's got his friends there. They probably distracted the clowns. They probably, I'm not sure what you do with the jokers. Maybe they called the super friends, you know, to help out. Paw Patrol, somebody I'm sure came out and helped them. No, this is a good turn, I think. You got the D strum and the A7 strum.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty standard words there or letters. I mean chords.
all right. So maybe we can just finish up
Yeah.
the last couple
Yeah.
lines.
Let's do it.
Trying to make some sense of it all, but I can see it doesn't make any sense at all. 67.
G7, actually G7.
G7.
Not 67.
So the G7
looks
countries,
like
right? Is that
67.
what we're talking about? All right.
G7
all
summit.
7 of
yeah.
them. Yeah.
Some summit going on. Is it cool to sleep on the floor? Because I don't think I can take it anymore. That's strange. I don't.
It's not cool to sleep on the floor, and you shouldn't be taking it.
You
anymore.
that's why you need like a mattress that like insulates you. Like water beds have to be heated. So if you sleep on the floor, you're gonna get hypothermia. That's just right, Tone. I mean,
Especially this floor, yeah.
okay. So Tone, does this guy need a mattress? Do we need to direct him? Are there mattress
No,
services?
he just needs an ugly sweater to put on to keep him warm.
Okay. All right. So if you lack a mattress, try an ugly sweater. So, all right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and you gotta, then you
Draw it in.
scratch out the Joker's face, and you gotta write in 7 of clubs, but you can't make
Diamonds.
it too.
Get knocked out. Like you play Go Fish and stuff.
No, and then no one plays with you. You're right, Mike. It's kind of like the song, So there's a lot of anxiety here. Can't get to everything. Why don't we get on to the next set of issues, though?
Next set of issues.
And sorry, it's gonna take a while.
What do we call the next set of
Oh,
issues?
wait a minute. I'm on the wrong one. Hold on. People just, I'm coming here.
This is the second issue. It's something to do with
And
protocol.
I gotta click like 5 different things. So it's
Isn't that a restaurant?
It's done. They
Oh.
moved
yeah, they're
out.
not
They're done.
around
Okay.
anymore. So it's
Escape, Jay,
apology. Sorry. Protocol update. So and we have different situations happening. There's there's people who have to address a group and they apologize. I just read about this guy had to address a group. He apologized for something he said, or he apologized 3 years ago, but then he got new people in his group and he's like, they never heard the apology, so I have to do it again 3 years later. So I guess that's where we are, guys. If you guys issued an apology, especially to a group, could have been 5-10 years ago, you have to update your apology so that the new people in the group know what you're apologizing for.
Okay.
Is this a law now that we have to do this?
Well, right now, Mike, it's an honor system. We're talking about ethics. We're talking about
Morality.
integrity. We're talking about
Responsibility.
yeah.
So this isn't like apologizing to my wife for something I did 10 years ago, like over and over again.
Well,
Or is it?
it
Well,
depends.
tell me, did she say I forgive you?
I don't know.
If not, women remember these things.
Yeah.
So if you go up to her now and you're like, hey, I apologize for this thing 5 years ago, if she doesn't remember it, then you have to go through the whole thing.
But
Oh.
generally, women do remember things that you did. Generally, they'll pretty much put a whole list of things. I love my wife, but she can put a list together of everything I've done, and artistically just put it all together in a way that only I would
With like
understand.
flowers and butterflies
Yeah.
and things like that.
But in a way, they'll say, you know.
You know. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So you have to apologize again?
Well, yeah, it depends. So I'm trying to think. Like, there's a group of kids from the 5th grade, and I think I pulled a prank, and it didn't go over well, and I had to apologize to my 5th grade class. But you know,
Do you want to make an apology right now?
yeah. Well, there's new kids in that 5th grade class now, so I have to apologize to them. So kids, I just want to apologize for, the butter. Or I'm sorry, the sugar instead of the salt. So you thought it was salt, but it was really sugar. And kids are like, I'm a diabetic, all that, So, the new kids just want to let you know, I'm sorry for that. You didn't experience that, but you're in those seats now, so you deserve that apology now. So,
And I'm sorry for the cantaloupe and the hydrogen peroxide.
I do remember missing those. Used to referee soccer, and I missed a call. I think somebody scored, or I should have called a trip or something. Can't remember exactly, but I remember like, oh, sorry, I missed that one.
Actually, Tony, I was at one of those college, when they give speeches.
Commencement.
Yeah, and then
exercise.
he actually said there's some guy he felt really bad about the game that could have, he could have won the championship. And
Yeah.
it was this bad call by this ref, and
In 2nd grade. Yeah.
yeah, in second grade, exactly. That's what happened. And then he said, I'm trying to forgive this guy. It would be helpful if he just made a public apology.
Apologize again. Okay, but is that what we're talking about? Apologizing to the same person, or
I think so.
yeah? Because Jay made it sound like I had to apologize to new people.
well,
Maybe you do.
if it's a classroom setting,
You have to apologize every year for.
yeah. So you got to find out all the players, like that team you're talking about.
Yeah.
You have to find out all the new players.
So next time I ref, if I ever do that again, I mean that was 30 years ago. I'll
You apologize to
I'll
everybody.
apologize to the team that I'm reffing.
You need to find emails, Tony. You need to find out everyone who took their place for
Yeah.
the generations, and you need to make
True.
that apology.
And not only that, Tony, like you have to keep track of all the missed calls, and you have to keep adding to the apologies at the start of the game. Could take hours. I mean, I'm sure you missed more than one
Yeah.
call throughout the years.
There's people you can hire out services, and they'll apologize on your behalf.
Oh.
So right now, I have apologies going all the time.
There's
New
actually
people.
an app now to apologize for it. You can set it up and email out automatically.
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah, and you keep apologizing, and
It's actually AA, right? Apology app.
Oh, right.
AA.
Right. Apology app. Alcoholics Anonymous.
it really doesn't. It doesn't really affect your self-esteem or self-worth, because you're just letting someone else do it. You don't really know what's going on. You don't even know why you're apologizing, but you feel good about that.
Jim, I'm sorry. In our Fallout band in high school that we used to play in, you played keyboard and I played guitar. And
That was
it
about
Scott
40 years ago.
At
Yeah.
Scott Pastore's house.
Yes.
And I threw those orange peels at you. And you tried to block it with the symbol, but it didn't work. And it hit your face, and you
Yeah.
got like orange. You got a little orange in your eye. I'm sorry, Jay.
Yeah, I still have the orange in my eye, And I appreciate you apologizing.
No problem.
You know, that should have been done like probably every 5 years. But, you know, whatever. Put it on your calendar. Put it, you know, on your phone. So, you know.
So you take the orange out now, or you put it back in 5 years from now, or
No,
you gotta
I
stay?
just have to apologize every year.
Yeah.
Actually, every show now I need to apologize about the orange.
It's permanently in there, so I can't really get it out.
The doctor
but-
looked at it. And
Yeah.
didn't
If
do
you,
anything about it.
if you just joined us, you're watching Issuenight. We talk about
Issuenight.
important, serious issues of the day.
Serious.
And I'm going to get on to our next set of issues if I can call them up.
More issues.
And sorry, I got
we
4
call
clicks to do
these?
this.
What do we
It is
call
our
these?
Niagara Falls update.
Oh,
Niagara Falls.
very good.
Because we live so close to Niagara Falls, we feel we should give viewers an update of what is going on, what new things they have.
Yeah, important.
So right now I'm reading from their Gazette, and it looks like people are getting fed up with. So the falls actually generates power. The water goes over, it turns turbines. I think they're at the bottom. They look like rocks, but they're really turbines somehow. They're making electricity. There's a big cable going out of there, and everyone's thinking like, oh, this is giving power to like hundreds of thousands of houses and things, and not really. It actually just kind of powers the lights that light up the falls, and it powers the windmills. So
Keeps
people
them turning.
The ones on Buffalo, the Buffalo Water Park, it moves those windmills.
Yeah, we have a picture, right? Rowan has that up.
Yeah, we do.
We got
There it is.
There. So these ones, they're out in the water. They don't really turn. I don't think they're meant to really do much, but people got to feel good about this, so they need to see windmills turning.
Windmills?
Windmills, sorry.
Windmills?
Mills, not meals.
Eat meals?
No.
So they'll turn these windmills, and what else? Are they gonna put lights up too?
Well, the falls at night.
Christmas lights, like Christmas tree lights on the windmills, or
they don't have enough power during the day. I mean, the falls generate a certain amount of power, enough to start turning them.
Oh.
But the lights, they need the solar power to generate enough lights to light them up. So yeah,
so they use the solar power to light the lights, and then the water power to spin the windmill.
That's right.
Oh,
and they want to put more in the Lake Erie. Those are just artist rendition because the current ones are on the. These are the ones that are going to go out into the water.
The more people see more windmills, the more they see them turning, then the more they want our state to put more money into making more windmills. So,
really, because it makes you feel good inside. It makes you feel happy, joyful. Windmills, the movement, the methodical motion of the pedals.
yeah, it's very soothing. I like it. Yeah.
So that's the idea. I mean, of course, they tell people that actually creates energy, and that we actually get benefit from that energy. But in reality, the falls moves the windmills.
So, well, here's a problem. I mean, what I'm reading is the residents are like, hey, we'd like to have power because we could have free power. So could we stop like lighting up the falls and turning windmills, and can we have power so I can work my microwave and, lamps and all that?
Of course not.
Okay.
No.
So why would that be a bad idea, Tony? Why would you not want to power residents' homes?
Well, I mean, you got other things that you got to do. You got to, like, to your point, power the windmills, and then when the wind's actually blowing, the wind could generate electricity, but the windmills have got to move the water back up the falls so that it could fall down again because there's not enough water.
Oh,
Wait, so the water falls down the falls. It's pumped back up to the top.
Well, yeah, it's got to get back up somehow, right? I mean, it's not like not like there's an endless supply of water up there.
and people don't appreciate that. They come and visit the falls and they say, "Wow, is this a wonder in that?" No, there's a lot of things involved here. There's big pipes under the ground. There's big, catch basins and sucking the water.
That
right,
electrical
Tony?
wire you mentioned, yeah.
What else is there, Tony? What other infrastructure?
There's lineman. There's obstacle courses. There's a lot.
Putt-putt.
Putt-putt. Okay, yeah. Cave of the Winds. There are a lot of things to look at. There's that tightrope that guy went over.
That's underneath the falls? I thought it was above the
Well,
falls.
it's above it, but you got to have the infrastructure underneath to hold it up.
True. That's a good point.
All right. So if you don't have water coming over the falls, no one goes to the falls. So,
Yeah.
if no one goes, they're not spending money. So instead of using this power and selling it and making money that way, we're gonna make sure there's water going over the falls.
What if we just stop that? What if we just say, why don't we just what if we just let the water go down, not pump it up, Tony? What if we just said, let it go out the Niagara River,
Oh.
and then just let it, and then see what happens? What would happen?
Well, to Jay's point, if you don't have artificial tourism, then it'll stop, right?
But doesn't it rain and refill the lakes, like
Ooh.
Michigan and stuff like that? Doesn't it rain and then?
Yeah.
No, Mike, what'll happen, they shut off the falls one time in the 60s, and then what people did, they snuck up there and they started like spray painting, like Billy and Susie, like, hey, Janie, I was here.
Where did they spray it, Jay?
Put
Where?
the Rolling Stone 76, on there. They spray and paint right on the fall. So if the water shuts off, you're going to see all this graffiti, And then, people were carving things in there and defacing it.
Nobody's
so,
going to want to see that.
yeah.
No.
Can't shut it off. People are going to deface it,
I mean, we're putting a lot of money into infrastructure and like these falls and rerouting the falls. I mean, what are some other things that we could spend money on, Tony?
Well, I mean, we've got the cars that are kind of disintegrating on our. We could maybe do something different.
Right.
We could put more money into the NFTA and build more elevators.
More elevators.
I'm sure there's something we can do with transporters and digital conveyors and stuff to move people around more efficiently.
Do digital conveyors move around digital things?
Digital things, yeah. And then we could try and go to Mars or something.
We could. We
Yeah.
don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about that next week about Mars issues. I got a lot of good ideas on that.
Yeah, that's in. So, okay, so Tony, you're saying put money in the Mars. I mean, probably need better sidewalks and better curbs. It's kind of tough when you crossing and it's just like
The Mars rover, you mean?
No, I'm talking over.
You mean
any?
There's no curbs on Mars.
Yeah. Just
Well, that's why
talking in
we
the
need
city.
some.
Right.
I think is
Okay.
the point. So, no, that's a great idea.
No, not really where I was going.
No. me neither.
All right. Well, that's all we got. So,
That's it, man.
yeah. So we
Thanks,
just want to thank everyone
Thank
for
you.
clicking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone, we want to thank everyone for their non-participation on the chat, and we just like to thank everyone
Thank
for
you.
watching another edition of
Issuenight.